league, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Steelers and the Eagles. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5. It's an old-school battle in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania. The Eagles and the Steelers are underway. This taken in at the goal line. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. They'll go with Snell here on first down. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards that time to push him up, first and goal. Here's Trubisky to throw. And it's caught. A gain of 7 that time, second goal. Snell is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Man, coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
Boswell's kick is good, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. Well, they had the great field position to start that opening drive. They only get 3 out of it, but still they get 3, so maybe kind of a win for the offense, Charles, and kind of a win for the defense as well.
Yeah, I would say win-win seems to sum the whole thing up, because where that ball was placed to start, that's tough on a defense, and they held them to 3. Now, if you're the offense, you're thinking to yourselves, how do we open up the playbook later on in this game and turn this 3 into 6s down the stretch?
Now, for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback, now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down, back to Sanders. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually. Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
They'll run with Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he returns this to the 22. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The end result, 21 yards.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accused the officials of kind of playing to the home team. But not in this case. They're just trying to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Trubisky. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Trubisky. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they say it's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Boswell's kick is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. It's Devontae Smith and the Eagles ready to go on offense.
Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing a 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, that good stuff, you got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, trying to make it. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Jannard Avery coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down. It's a loss of 5. It's a second down run with Sanders. Oh, nice move. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches.
I'll bet they thought they'd pick that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. This is Smith with a grab. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, he's a diminutive receiver, Charles. Not a ton of size, but still able to bring that in against double coverage.
I think that's a great job by him of understanding angles because you mentioned his size. He's not going to go over the top of someone or body someone.
And Goddard's got him. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Takes it at the 7th. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Some more great football coming your way in prime time to wrap up the month of October. It starts tonight. Could it be a Super Bowl preview? The Packers and Bills from Buffalo at 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow, Halloween night, Monday Night Football, the Bengals and Browns from Cleveland. And how this game has changed in importance in recent years. That starts at 8:15 Eastern.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Trubisky. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Personal foul. Roughing the tackle. Defense.
Well, they were setting up the screen, CD, a lot of free runners, and they got there late, and the penalty ensued.
Yeah, somehow it didn't get into their brains that it was a screen, right? Instead of pulling off and chasing the ball downfield, they kept going towards the quarterback and knocked him down way late. That draws the penalty flag each and every time.
Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. Now it's Trubisky. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Now Trubisky on first down. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on second down. Trubisky completing it to the right side. Johnson. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Boswell good with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All square now at 13-all as he sends this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Extra point now by Boswell. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. This offense ready for their upcoming series as we get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith. He's up near 100 yards now here in the second quarter, but his team's down.
Through no fault of his own. I mean, what a nice game he's having so far. They've got to keep finding ways to get him the football. Don't get away from that. Figure out where things are going wrong with the rest of the team.
They'll be hoping to hit that 100-yard mark on this drive. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw now on the final play. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good work in that first half. More from you guys in a minute. But first, let's get to some scores right here on the day before Halloween. We start with a couple of longtime adversaries in the NFC. Chicago heading down to AT&T Stadium to take on Dallas. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home in US Bank Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. Marquise Brown, a touchdown reception. Finally, we're off to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've reached halftime, all tied. 17-all is the score. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Steelers. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there. Both these teams making their final halftime adjustments. We're just about ready to get back to football. So for the call of the second half, we get back up to Philadelphia. and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. Throws the out route. It's Beasley with a catch. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. They run straight and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Hurts. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that will tie things at 20 all. So that drive, 4 plays.
And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
They'll run with Snell to begin the drive. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Here's Snell, and he loses the football the 2nd time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 3rd down, Trubisky. And Beasley with it over the middle.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On the handoff, it's Snell. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. He's going to flip one out here to his right. And that'll bring up 4th down. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 30 yards there.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Play action. Here's Hurts. That one complete down the field to Smith.
And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
Hurts going to keep it running right.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Eagles have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Elliott good with a PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So here's Trubisky and the Steelers.
Down 27-20, 2:15 remaining. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Trubisky, and this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Throwing here, Trubisky.
He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. Finding room in midfield.
The 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Chase Claypool,
77 yards.
And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action to throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
77 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Quick slant here to Smith. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. You've got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
Field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. They go back to the ground with Sanders. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. And they take a knee.
Second and 11.
And he spikes it here with 35 seconds left. A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on 3rd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80%.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Now it's Trubisky. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
Again, we were treated to in this one. When they felt like they had a chance, they had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting into midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for the Eagles, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10.